Now, the Duluth Art Institute supports public art, art education, and local artists in lots of different ways. In many cases, it's the gateway into the big world of art. And we invited the Institute's new executive director over to share her vision as she begins her work. Well, welcome to the playlist, Kristin.
Thank you so much, Karen. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and so Kristin Duckart, tell me a little bit about your background, and you're a little familiar with the artists in our area.
Yes, indeed, I am. Well, my background, although my degree is not necessarily in art, and believe me, I've been asked that several times, but I studied art actually in college, had art classes and design classes, and have really kept artists close at hand and enjoyed their influence throughout my whole life. So well, my degree is actually in communication. So,
which is also a huge skill for moving forward.
Sure.
And one of the comments that makes me smile is like, you know what, you've been preparing for this job your whole life, which is pretty cool.
Actually, a good friend of mine would tend to agree with you. It's been a wonderful journey, and really excited to be here and to be able to have a positive influence on the arts.
So what do you think you bring from a business background, or tell me a little bit, what else are you bringing besides a passion for the arts?
My experience is primarily in nonprofit, working with nonprofits. I actually spent the last year and a half serving in a volunteer role as an international or a district governor for Rotary International. And I traveled all over, both regionally and internationally. And quite honestly, you know, as I was thinking about this work and this interview tonight, I thought, you know, it's actually, when I'm traveling, it's the arts that I personally seek out, because it's really through the arts that you learn about a community. So I just feel very fortunate to have landed a wonderful job in a great city. Have always wanted to get back to Lake Superior. Growing up, we spent a lot of time here. Actually, I'm from Spooner, so I'm not that far from home, and happy to be here. So.
It's awesome, and I'm not going to tip your hand, but I understand she's got a fabulous personal art collection of her own, so maybe there'll be a future exhibit. But right now, I want to tell you a little bit, or tell me a little bit. It's been a big week for the Art Institute. The member show is up. So what have you learned about the area, the depth and the quality of the art by the member show?
Well, the member show last night was actually amazing. It was so packed in there. It was difficult walking. We had upwards of well over 500 people join us last night to celebrate not only the largest quantity of art that we've had, but the quality was just exceptional. And it really excites me to see the talent that we have in this area. Just exciting.
What I think is really fun about this show is it's not just two-dimensional hanging on the wall. There's three-dimensional pieces, there's potters, there's fiber artists, there's all kinds of interesting variety that's part of who we are, part of the Institute's members.
Exactly. And we also had not just the member show going on and the opening for that last night, but we also have two wonderful artists that we're celebrating. Kathy McTavish has Birdland, and that is just an amazing experience. Kathy is actually a music artist or a sound artist, but she's dabbled in photography and film and poetry actually in her exhibit. So I encourage everyone to
sample
come on and see, and also Stephen Reed, who we're looking at right now, is an up-and-coming artist in the area too. So
and there's emerging artists through the partnership with UMD, which
Emerging
is
Photographers show is up, and that's a collaborative initiative with UMD, as you said. And speaking of collaborative, I'm all about that. I really look forward to working with other, not only arts organizations, but other nonprofits in the area. I think when we all work together, we'll all benefit.
It's certainly, you are walking into a really great community of people, I think, who are ready to embrace you, and it's not really fair to do this to you, what, 6 weeks on the job?
Yeah, about 5.5 weeks I've been here, but I'm loving it, and I'm so excited, and it's there's just so much good energy right now, and so I'm in a great spot and looking forward to really embracing the arts and making the arts a very rich and vibrant part of the Duluth culture.
Well,
So-
thank you for taking the time to come over to the
it's been my
playlist
pleasure,
tonight.
Karen. Thank you.
Really nice to see you. And I want to remind you that there is lots to see at the Duluth Art Institute right now. The details on all the shows are posted online, and we'll be back with live music right after this.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and by viewers like you.